Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to Yakuza Judgment. I really appreciate you guys joining me today, and let's get back into this zany crime drama nonsense. Let's go. Future! Back. Ugh. Ugh. Back to the future. Back to the present.
Hi.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing, Vice Minister.
But
I haven't seen you in about 3 years, Kaito-san. I see you're still the director.
You look familiar, but I can't quite place the name. I seem to recall you looking sharper.
I'm a detective based in Kamurocho now. The name's Yagami.
Ah, I remember now. You're the reason Terasawa-kun's no longer with us. Remember, Shono?
Okubo-san was unstoppable. If only my testimony had been better.
That's...
Shono-san, right?
Does it matter? What brings you here anyway?
I'm investigating a murder, and I'll need your cooperation with it. Just like old times.
Sus. 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 Everything's
Yes,
sus.
I see. Yes. Thank you. It does seem we received a phone call from this Shintani-san you speak of.
Do you know who he was calling?
Dr. Shono.
The same Shono-san you were just with?
Why would Shintani call Shono?
Yes. However, it's unclear as to what the point of the call was meant to be. Shono was away from his desk at the time, you see, and Shintani-san didn't leave a message.
You have no idea what he wanted to talk about?
None. Shono says he doesn't know a Shintani-san, and sees no reason why he would be calling.
Oh, really?
Look, Shono and I co-authored the research paper on AD9. We're quite well...
Okay. Current theory, at least with this stuff right now, is Shono is actually the lead researcher and developer of the AD9. He's actually the creator. This guy's taking credit for it, and because of Shono's weak personality, he's getting shoved down and getting implied for this murder, or the previous murder, and that is the whole reason why he's able to lord it over Shono's head.
No, as it turns out.
And able to, like,
Sometimes
take the
complete
chief of the
strangers pretend to be
AD9.
close friends or relatives in order to contact us. Perhaps Shintani-san fell into that category.
Have you heard of the mole murders taking place in Kamurocho, Dr. Kaito? 3 yakuza, each one with their eyes gouged out. It's a grisly business. Shintani was killed in the same way.
I've seen the news.
Can you think of anything tying the ADDC to those murders?
Huh? Look, just what are you implying? Look, I believe we're done here. There's nothing I can help you with.
Please stop! You can't!
Who are you?
Detective Kuroiwa, Kamuro Police, Organized Crime. One of your guests here has information related to the case I'm currently investigating. That would be you, Yagami.
Hmm?
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
This guy's bitter. Oh, well, that's the chapter change. Whew. Man, we've been flying at a rapid pace.
The mole's latest victim was the lawyer, Shintani. The last...
Oh, okay, it's Genda Sensei. I finally figured it out. It's Genda Sensei who's the narrator for these previouslys.
call he made brings the case that ruined Yagami 3 years ago back to the surface. A patient was taken from a hospital and found buried in the mountains. Yagami defended the suspect, Shinpei Okubo, and got an acquittal. But 1 month later, he murdered his girlfriend Emi Terasawa with a kitchen knife and burned the remains.
That looks like a man in shock. And burning the crime scene. Well, that's a typical setup. Collusion. Interesting.
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
I'm Hoshino, an attorney at Genda Law Office. Officer, is this interview voluntary, or...?
It is.
It's your call, Yagami-san.
I think I'll pass.
Excuse me?
You have your answer, sir. You can go now.
You can make this easier if you come now. Next time, it won't be voluntary.
Your empty threats don't mean much to a lawyer.
Can you take this elsewhere? I really must be...
Too bad he's not a lawyer anymore, then. Your friend's nothing now. Just come along quietly. I'll come back with a warrant if I have to.
And please do.
I'd like to see you try. Why do you suspect me anyway? I bet you don't even have a reason.
I can come up with a few good ones.
Enough! Get the hell out of my office.
He's sweating that there's cops in his
Regret
office.
this, Yagami.
Kuroiwa-san.
Dude, your right-hand man looks like a thug.
You two, out.
Before we go, can we speak to Shono-san for a sec? We need to know why Shintani called him.
Listen, I already told you he doesn't know. Get it through your skull. Now, please leave.
No problem. We'll let you get back to work.
No dropping a bug in the plant or something?
This is really getting out of hand, don't you think? I can't believe that detective thinks you're a material witness.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. But what I'm more interested in is how he even knew where to find me.
That's a good point. How would the police know we were here?
Beats me. For now, let's focus on Shono, though.
Either they're tracking or
It'd be a
somebody
waste
called
coming here and not talking to him.
Agreed. Let's see if the receptionist can help us.
Shh. Everything.
Can I
There's
help you?
just so much
Actually,
information.
I've already been here. I was just with Director Kaito, remember?
Oh, of course. Did you forget something, sir?
Well, not exactly. I'd actually like to speak to Shono-san, the 89 researcher. Where would I be able to find him?
Let me see. That should be the research wing. I believe he's in the protein abnormalities lab.
Probably need a gold keycard to get in there, huh?
That's correct, sir. I should be able to lend you one with the director's approval, though. Just give me a moment to ask. Could you tell me your name, sir?
Actually, never mind. Kaito-san seemed pretty busy earlier. I'll try back later.
Are you sure, sir?
Good call. There's no chance Kaito-san would let us in.
At least now we know where Shono is.
Research wing.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a map around here somewhere.
Am I gonna break into this research wing? That's overstepping a few boundaries, isn't it? What the?
The service entrance parking lot. All the delivery people come in and out through here. This is where Okubo's truck was parked 3 years ago.
Interesting that
Uh-huh.
I'm there. Research ring?
This leads to the research wing.
The receptionist said he would be in the protein abnormalities lab, right? Huh. Well, I guess that's not on this map.
Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Director
It's a
Kito's
map.
office. We were just in there. This goes over to the hospital. I think Waku-san was up on the 4th floor.
This may have been everything that's on this one. Yeah. Also, it's easy for them of getting Waku-san here across to the research wing, do some experimentation that they shouldn't have done, back over, and drop down the elevator. It's super easy.
Hey,
Security.
some kind of security gate, huh? The research wing must be just past there. Suspicious. This is where we are now, the ADDC lobby.
So I go up 2 floors and then I can go across, I guess?
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am?
This is one of Shono-san's researchers. She was just about to return to the lab.
Oh?
My name's Hashimoto. I can show you into Dr. Shono's lab if you'd like.
Hey!
Are you sure?
Of course.
Great. We'll take you up on that.
Wonderful. Hashimoto-san just happened to be passing through.
Thank you.
Right this way.
That's going out of your way. And also...
Really appreciate this, Hashimoto-san.
Yeah,
I'm Yagami.
seriously.
And I'm Hoshino, from the Genda Law Office. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, don't mention it. I'm glad to help a guest of Director Kaito's. This place is so massive, you practically need a tour guide to get around. I hope you're okay with walking.
Oh, that's totally okay. Oh, by the way, we'll be meeting Shono-san in
The research wing. He's working in the protein abnormalities lab.
I take it you guys research pharmaceuticals and cures?
Yes.
You work on developing new drugs? Wow, that's really something.
Try not to trip over your own feet there, bud. I get it,
So,
she's smart and
Hashimoto-san,
cute.
What kind of work do you yourself do here?
I'm part of the team developing 89. Dr. Shono is the head of that team, but I'm pretty new around here.
Speaking of, what exactly does AD9 stand for?
Well, the AD comes from the name of the center. The Advanced Drug Development Center, ADDC. And it's the 9th drug our department's developed.
Oh, that was surprisingly easy.
This was also surprisingly easy.
It'll be the first dementia-curing drug on the market, right? Seems like it's really getting fast-tracked because of that. But there's a lot riding on this one, right? It could finally cure Alzheimer's disease.
That's right. Do you know how many dementia patients there are in Japan alone?
A
Probably
couple
a lot.
100,000 at least. Maybe even in the millions?
Right. As of 2012, there were 4.62 million.
That many?
That's
By
a lot.
2025, that number will increase to at least 7 million. Potentially up to 13 million, including at-risk patients. That's 1 in every 9 people.
Yikes.
One in
However,
every
as a
9
nation,
person
our-
in Japan is at the age that you could have dementia. What the hell?
capacity and caring
Damn.
for these patients. In many cases, people over 60 are stuck looking after their dementia-struck parents in their own homes. Worldwide, it's estimated there will be 135 million patients by the year 2050. It's staggering. In other words, AD9 could save the world. This could be a real miracle.
I gotta say, this is making me feel kinda bad about how we treated Kaito-san back there.
Director Kaito will go down in history if we achieve this.
A lot's changed in 3 years. The bastard's really made a name for himself.
Be nice.
Oh,
Dr. Shono is right over there. Well, if you'll excuse me.
he's gonna be surprised.
Shono-san.
Yagami-san? But, how did you get in here?
Hey, calm down. I just want to talk.
I can't do that. Kaito-san doesn't know you're here, does he?
Is there a problem?
Ichinose-san.
Oh, the Vice
I've
Minister
never
of Health.
heard you raise your voice, Shono-san.
Aren't you the guy from the lobby?
My name is Ichinose. I'm here from
Ichinose.
the Ministry of Health, offering political support to AD9's development.
Vice Minister of Health, Koru Ichinose.
Kaito-san called you Vice Minister.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Pretty lofty for a Vice Minister. You can boss scientists around, but I'm not biting.
So I see.
Shono-san, please. I just need a few minutes to talk. We'll leave right after we're done, promise.
I already told you I can't. Not without Kaito-san here.
I need you to tell me, why did Shintani call you?
Shintani? I've never heard that name in my life.
This is important, Shono. You have to have some idea.
Please, I don't. Now get out of here. I'm calling Director Kaito.
Do what you want. Just let me ask you one thing first.
Are you scared of the director? Do you know about the murders? I'm curious, which one is it? Like, let me ask you one thing. Well, there's a lot of things to ask. Okay, well, which one is it gonna be? Okay. There's a lot of money behind. I'd say this is the most prominent. Obviously, he's scared of the director. That's pretty obvious, but asking him in front of the health ministers, that's not going to help. A lot of money between 89. Yeah, that's a lot of stress, but this one would probably be the most pertinent.
After Shintani was murdered, the killer gouged out both of his eyes. 3 other near-identical murders have taken place in Kamurocho recently. Are you aware of that, Shono-san?
Of course I am. It's all over the news.
And you still have no idea why Shintani called you? Nothing at all?
No, I don't. Now please let me get back to work.
What the? What are you doing here?
Kaito-san.
I believe I told you to leave. What about that didn't you understand?
We
I
left
wanted
your
to
office.
ask about Shintani's call.
About which I already said Shono doesn't know anything.
And I needed to hear that from him, not you.
Enough. Call security.
We were just leaving. Come on, Hoshino-kun.
I'll be filing a complaint with the Bar Association, under the Minister's name.
The Minister of Health?
That's right. Minister Kazami expects great things from AD9, and he won't tolerate distractions from your ilk.
Interesting. They're all assholes.
I feel like we came up empty-handed. Why would Shintani-sensei have called Shono-san? Yagami-san?
That wasn't the first time I've heard about Minister Kazami.
Huh?
When was it, though? Who was talking to me about the Ministry of Health?
It was Ayabe,
It must have been Ayabe, when we were drinking over at Tender.
the dirty cop.
I definitely remember him mentioning Minister Kazami. We were talking about how the Kyorei clan ended up in Kamurocho.
Right, and Corey's talking to
Apparently,
the
they're
Minister
being
of
used
Health.
as muscle for a construction company called the Kajihira
Interesting.
Group. A while back, Chairman Kajihira himself was going around, laying the political groundwork for a Tokyo revamp project. And one of the people he met with was Naohisa Kazumi from the Ministry of Health.
Huh.
You'd think he'd go to the Ministry of Land, though. His project has nothing to do with health. What would he gain from meeting Kazumi?
That's true. Do you think it has to do with our case somehow?
Minister Kazumi's name won't stop coming up. Is that a coincidence or something more?
I don't know. Depends on what the two of them are talking about.
Seriously.
In that case, maybe our Kajihira expert can help us out with that.
Who?
Sugiura-san. He used to work for them, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So, you want to know how Kajihira and Kazumi are connected?
Yeah. Any way you can find that out?
Not really sure, but I'll give it a shot.
Thanks.
You're still at the ADDC, yeah? Just give me some time. I'll call you if I find anything.
Are we going to just wait outside or head on back? Or because we're not very welcoming on the premises anymore. Yeah.
Oh, Yagami-san. I'm gonna head back to the office. I just got an email from Saori-san. Apparently, a journalist named Hattori barged into the office. Says he wants to interview you.
No.
It sounds like he's looking into Shintani-sensei's murder, too. Anyway, I'll go ahead and drive him off.
You'll be Genda-sensei's ace attorney before you know it.
Nah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Honestly.
Why?
Too much responsibility for a guy my age, you know? I think I make a much better sidekick for now.
Okay. But when that gets old?
I don't know that it will. Being a professional sidekick for the rest of my life sounds okay to me. I'll see you later.
Guess I'm on standby till Sugiura gets in touch with me. New case info. So we've gotten a lot of information in that last little bit here. Oh, cool, and we can do the side quest there. So, a lot of info on the murder case. Man, this is going to be so tragic if, like, when we figure this out and figure out how Emi got murdered and how they framed Okubo, and man, it's gonna be, oh man, is it gonna be something. These guys being sus, super sus, this guy being an absolute asshole. Interesting. Alright, and let's take a look at the map. Okay, one sub-story there, and a sub-story here. Wow. Okay, when you zoom out like this, like, all these are important things to see on the map, but at the same time, it's kind of like, bleh. It's like visual diarrhea on the screen. But that being said, even though it looks like that, it's actually quite organized, and it centers all the important things you need to see, right? And this is also relatively a small map, right? This isn't anywhere close to a GTA map, an Assassin's Creed map. It's good size. All right, so we're just gonna jump. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of Yakuza Judgment. Really appreciate it. If you could, I would really like if you could leave a like, subscribe. It really helps with building up a small channel like this. Beyond that, I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Peace.